did this wonderful jingle for us. Coaches and Coffee. Coming to you shortly. Good morning. Welcome, everybody, to Coaches and Coffee, this great, nice, dreary Monday morning. We have a really great guest with us today. We have none other than Marie Fratoni, who, of course, is also a dear friend of mine. Marie works globally. She works with building successful businesses. She's a coach, and she really coaches us on networking and sales. Get clients everywhere. So let me just say a few things before we get started here. Some of us are looking at starting a business. Some of us have a business. Even some of us on our jobs, we have to generate clients and new people to work with and to engage with in our sales or in our teams. So you really want to listen carefully. This is going to be awesome. Hi, Marie. How are you? You're on mute.
I am. There we go.
All right. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good dreary morning.
Yes,
We'll lighten up the skies here today.
That's right. We get clients everywhere. Marie, let's just jump right in. What is get clients everywhere? What is that?
Well, it's the name of my business, which I've had for many years. And, basically get clients everywhere is the name of my business. But what I do is I help my clients learn how they can get clients everywhere, because clients are everywhere. People are everywhere. And now obviously with the internet and, Zoom and all the different platforms that we have, we can connect with people globally or locally. A lot of people really want to do the kind of thing that they do. Like if we're coaches, we like to coach, but we don't always like to do what it takes to get the people that we get to coach. So, it's from a marketing and connecting standpoint, the selling process, asking for money, designing your financial model of how do you actually profit in a business. These are the kinds of things. How do you speak to get clients? Those are all the areas in which I like to traffic in.
Well, tell us, how do you speak to get clients and to get them everywhere? I just love it. How do you, how do you speak? I know I've talked to you 10 minutes this morning and I've learned about 5 things already.
Well, there's a lot of broad-based knowledge up here because I've been at this for a long time. Just as you're in the space of transformation, you're an expert at that, because you've been in that space forever. As long as I've known you, and that's a good 25 years.
Yeah.
So, one of the things that, in terms of speaking, I think speaking is really a great way to get clients, like what we're doing. It's exposure, but it's very important to have a really professionally designed talk that really is for the needs of the audience, that really resonates with what audiences want to hear, that it's really for their benefit. And there's a particular flow that you can have in it where you can actually make your offers. And so what I'm all about is helping people connect and prosper. They connect with themselves, they connect with other people, they do what it takes so that it's not just a drive-by or a fun thing or, hey, buy my stuff or whatever, but they really have a solid foundation that can really do that. And speaking engagements, whether they're, online or offline, are a really great way to get massive exposure to multiple people.
So speaking engagements, and then there's I know there's a conversation you do, given that, yes, we're still social distancing, getting vaccinated, wearing our masks, but then there's, we're still, in other words, a lot of times, oftentimes still on Zoom. So tell us how we can get clients everywhere while we're on Zoom. I know you have a real effective way.
Yeah, well, there's lots of ways, there's not just one way. I mean, the first thing is I would be present on Zoom, going to different networking events, attending events. There's so many online events that are free or very low cost of entry. And you can really look at who actually is on there, who interests you. When they say something, take note of them, connect up with them, send them a message, let them know that you'd like to connect. So it's, just because you show up at an event doesn't mean you're going to get a client, but you might get a connection. And from the connection, that's when you start to market and give your messaging and really inspire people to follow you. And if they follow you and they like your message, then at some point you might be able to give an invitation that they come and work with you if you've got something that would meet, what they're up to. So there's lots of ways to really do it. But I think the first thing is to be present on, if you want to find clients in California, is attend events where people in California, come on.
Yes, and that's really great what you're saying. So one is attending other networking events that are free and right online. And this is for anybody, whether you're thinking about starting a business and after today's Coaches and Coffee, you start your business, or you already have a business, and or you're looking to increase sales in the business and or job that you work for. Yes, is that accurate?
Yeah, networking events are one place. Networking, what I kind of teach is going to a networking event isn't about getting a client. It's about building relationships, because you can't get a client if you don't have a relationship.
That's right.
And many people skip that phase, So, but there's all kinds of conferences, and most of them are things that I always pay money for. I don't go to very many free events because there's not too many free events. Free equates to no value. It may not necessarily be the case, but but it's like, I don't mind, spending some money I just spent some money and went to a 3-day event online. It's hard when there's like thousands of people online because it's hard to connect. But if there's 20 people or there's 30 people, it's so easy to keep track of who's there. And, many people save their information in a chat. And if you're not willing to network, if you're not willing to make new friends, then don't show up at a networking event, because people are going to contact you. So, it's that simple, like, be open to finding new people and developing new relationships, because people are awesome. And you never know if they're awesome until you say hello.
No, that's beautiful. And one thing that you said, I'm the same way. I tend to more so go to events that I pay for. Now, I go to a few free networking events. Sure. And I find that I've been more successful, because I think sometimes when we pay for something, we have more at stake. We're hungry. We're looking for something a little more specific.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. And then talk to us a little bit about, I know you participated in an event with me, and you talked about having coffee online with a potential client. So share with us a little bit about how that works.
Well, it's just, I think it's just being willing to make friends. And I call them virtual coffees or coffee connects, or this, you can call them anything you want to call them, but it's basically just a hello, get to know you call. It's not, hi, my name is Marie, will you sign up and buy my program? It's, hi, my name is Marie, tell me about your business. I'll take 15 minutes, you take 15 minutes. Let's just see, who you serve, how you operate them, what are your offerings, what's the transformation that you provide, what's the service or products that you provide, who's your ideal client, and so that we can be listening for opportunities, listening for potential people. Like, I might know a lot of people. I might never buy their product because it doesn't speak to me, but I might know people it does speak to. But I will never know that unless I take the time to be open to just opening up my corral of contacts, to just be gracious and see who's there. I do a lot of referrals.
Yeah, that's really beautiful what you're saying, because for us who are out here, we're new entrepreneurs, or some of us are starting to think about, working for ourselves or working part-time, or our retirement. We want a little more change. And there's so many little things you can do. One really important
thing. We just had a big lightning and a big thunder here. So we just all jumped.
Okay. We did too. We did too.
The universe is opening up for us here.
Yeah, they must like what we're saying. But you just pointed to something really great in a part of networking, because my last 2 clients was someone who referred me, who knew me, who had been to an event. And they said, look, I think you could work well with this person. So this is also really important, the in networking is the sharing and really being generous.
Yeah.
And listening not just for yourself, but what another might need or what difference something might make for someone you know, and being willing to share that. Any more words about that, Marie?
Well, I think you said it brilliantly. You know, I think the next piece though is that when you are ready, after you've had that first initial contact or conversation, then you're thinking about, you know, what else is there? Is this person a fit for something that I'm up to? Could they be a private client? Might they be part of a program or a community that I belong to? Then you can actually set aside a time to actually have a conversation that's actually what they would call a sales conversation. And then most people are not trained in how to, excuse me, in how to have an effective sales conversation, so that you're really there. I mean, there's a process to that too. And I think new entrepreneurs that are starting, you know, they are excited about their business. They just want to like work with clients and, you know, and deliver their brilliance, but they may not have had the training on the back end to help make that way easy. So, you know, I think that's important, is to be able to listen for, are they a match for what I do? Are they a match for what you do? Because they may not be, but they might be a match for somebody else that you know.
Yeah.
And it's all good.
Yes. And then for those of us, you know, who are, like I said, some people have been in business a while who are listening, some are new, some has been a year, some are still on the fence thinking about it. And I'm encouraging you to jump off the fence, do what you love. Even if you're doing it part-time, do something you're passionate about and or really, really good at. All right. So and
then to build a financial model around that, because just because somebody's passionate about something doesn't mean that they're ever going to have a business.
Well, there it is. All right. Then say something. I mean, say a few more things about building. I love it. Say a few more things about building that financial model around it before we get off for the week. Yes.
Well, people need to know how they're going to get paid. They need to have a model where I can get paid from this. I can get paid from this. How do people charge? You know, too many people make it up on the fly. Well, I think I'll charge this for this amount or whatever. So you've got to look at like, what's the market bearing? You know, what are people used to, you know, paying for things? And then looking at where is it that you're going to be able to do it. So if you wanted to predict your income and you wanted to plan for your success, it's really good to have that as part of your schematic or your business model, to know what are the ways in which I can make money and where do I put my focus? What's the maximum that I can do? Because, you know, you can have a lot of business about a lot of things and you don't have to have any passion about it. You just have to have, and it's fun if you are passionate. I mean, I like doing what I do and I'm very passionate about growing women entrepreneurs. I love that. But it's, you know, until I could really figure out how do I make a business on it. And a business is where people buy something in a transaction for goods or services or something sold. And many people are just excited and they just want to give it away and they just want to do whatever they do. But if they can't pay the bills and they can't feed their animals and they can't feed their kids and they can't feed whatever, you know, we need to go find a job to support that, you know,
that's
passion.
not your business, in other words.
Yeah. And it's okay, you know, but it's like, I think people don't know how to do the, you know, there's a program that I do that's called Programs Packaging and Pricing, to really teach people how do they actually do that? What are the elements that go into it? You know, the job plus the person equals the rate of pay. And it's like looking at what's out there. And so to have some guidance around that, I think can be very helpful so that people know they can go to the bank on what they're doing.
Yes, very good. All right. Well, Marie, this has been awesome this Monday morning. Tell us how we can reach you. And I hear you also are going to offer something free to everyone who's listening today. Come on. How do we get
Yes, I love giving away some freebies. So I have a complimentary gift for anybody that goes to my website at getclientseverywhere.com. And it is a document that can help you create, it's actually called the 17 most ridiculous ways to increase your magnetic leadership. So it's ways of being, things to do, 17 of them. Why 17? I just made it up. And but it's there for everybody. Go to Get Clients Everywhere and get your free document. If anybody wants to reach out to me and have a conversation, a coffee connection, a virtual coffee, they can send me a message at marie@getclientseverywhere.com.
Awesome. Well, this was great. I think I'm going to schedule a coffee with you after this. This was really awesome. And really, audience, is for you to have a great week, a magical Monday, and to have some forward moving action in your life, in your business, and what you care about. Which brings us to our word for the week, which I think is the perfect word for the week, is connect. Our word for the week is connect, to join together as to provide access and communication. Another definition, associate or relate in some aspect, form a relationship or feel affinity. So on that note, our word for the week is connect. Have a spectacular week, a spectacular week. Marie, thank you so much for being here. God bless you. God bless those of you who are listening. And we'll see you next week, next Monday, that is.
It's
Bye-bye
great.
to everyone. And again, a shout out to Jalen.
Thanks, Sheila.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for being a yes. It's a magical Monday. Coaches and Coffee with Sheila. And hey, if not now, when?
That's a good one.
It's a good one.
All we have is now, right?